Young creatives take center stage as Carifesta 15 continues to celebrate Caribbean talent. More garbage trucks for the Sanitation Service Authority. Colombia reopens an embassy in Barbados. And in sports, the Barbados Road Tennis Open reaches the round of 32.
The headline news is brought to you by National Transformation Initiative, shaping the Starbajan.
Broadcasting from our studios in the Pine St. Michael, this is CBC NewsNight, starting now.
Good evening, I'm Pearson Bowen. From a special focus on the youth to a continuation of the attractive Grand Market, the excitement of Carifesta 15 continues across Barbados. Our coverage of the festival tonight comes from the Grand Market itself, where our Tisha Hines is standing by to join us with the stories of the day.
Yes, Pearson, and welcome. We definitely have been broadcasting from here at the Grand Market for Carifesta 15 all day today, starting, of course, with you with Morning Barbados today. But we're not going to start our focus here at the Grand Market. We're going to take you over to the Barbados Community College, where hundreds of young people descended on that venue for something that's new to Carifesta. Our Anesta Henry has more.
The Carifesta 15 Youth Village opened with a grand cultural explosion. From performances to workshops, the Youth Village at the Barbados Community College is where the next generation of Caribbean culture will be honing their skills and showcasing their creativity. To simply summarize what will be happening at the village over the next few days, coordinator Ashley Lashley says pure vibes.
You will be placed in music workshops, art workshops, cultural tasters from across the Caribbean. There will be short films with students, films from across the region. We'll be having dance performances. We'll be having evening concerts from 4 to 6 p.m. Tonight, we'll actually be having a youth DJ sound clash with the young DJs from across the region starting at 4 p.m. And tomorrow, we'll be welcoming young Calypsonians from across the Caribbean right here on this stage. And on Wednesday, we'll conclude with the Caribbean Voices Talent Showcase and Open Mic.
During the 3 days of their entrepreneurial spirit will also be highlighted through displays of their products and the technologies. There is also a sustainability and the technology zone to shed light on the climate crisis the region continues to face. Contributing to the cultural performances were members of the Tobago Dance Company. Resident dancer Leanne Charles says the company's involvement with Carifesta has been impactful thus far, and they have been demonstrating some of their traditional characters.
And today we showcase the Dam Lorraine, which is also similar to the Mother Sally of Barbados. We have the stick fighters, which is also similar to Barbados stick licking. We have calypso dancers who also makes up the carnival characters.
Some of the young people are involved in the first ever Carifesta Student Jamboree. This particular aspect is the brainchild of Prime Minister Mia Amor-Motley, bringing together 5th and 6th form students in celebration of Caribbean identity and creativity.
I'm very excited to be here and immersed in Barbados for my first time, and then as well enjoying all of the wider Caribbean and its culture. I'm most excited for the film and the art sections.
It's a wonderful experience to be in another Caribbean region. I must say Barbados is very beautiful, and also it feels good to be at the youth village to be able to interact with the many other young people within the different Caribbean regions to learn about their culture.
I'm so excited to be here at Carifesta in Barbados. Barbados is a beautiful place, amazing people, amazing food. You know, nothing beats Cayman, but I still love it. So definitely, if you have the opportunity, try to come out to Carifesta. It's truly a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity.
When we came, we didn't know what exactly to expect, but it's been amazing so far. It's so interesting to see the different cultures and what we have in common, what we have different.
The village is supported by the CARICOM Secretariat, National Cultural Foundation, and the Government of Barbados. Anesta Henry, CBC News.
Well, back here at the Grand Market where we are, patrons have been coming all throughout the day in their numbers to enjoy the sights, sounds, and tastes of the region. Deandra Roberts was here, and she shares more with us.
Today was Grenada Day at the Carifesta 15 Grand Market, and that country's national dish, oil down, drew lots of attention. So much so, Chef Andrew Bernard says, before the pot was done, the food was gone.
Yesterday we had some curry goat and some other stuff that went like that, you know. Today, which is Grenada Day, we thought it was fitting that we do something that is very close to Grenada heart. So we did oil down this morning for lunch. Right now we have some roast cinnamon and coconut infused roast bakes in the oven. They're going to serve with some sulfur sauce, so which is going to be ready maybe in the next 15 to 20 minutes. And later on this evening we're going to do the second batch of oil down.
Bernard says everything about Carifesta 15 is perfect. The food, the network, and the infrastructure.
I'm having fun. I'm enjoying being able to see the other countries on the first day of the parade. I have not the opportunity yet to try anybody's food because I'm so consumed here. But so far, the experience, knowing that this is done from scratch, I love the whole architectural design and display. I think Barbados did a very good job.
Well, patrons are not just sampling food, they're soaking up entertainment. Artists from St. Vincent and the Grenadines were on show early today, and later the sounds of Chico Ramos and Friends, a live band from Belize, had people moving. Senator Dr. Chantal Monroe-Knight, Minister in the Prime Minister's office with responsibility for culture, says she is pleased that people are loving the experience. She also says they're not only coming, they are spending.
Carifesta is going fantastic. The crowd, the Barbadians have been coming out to take in all of Carifesta. Here at the Grand Market, as you can see for yourself, regardless of the time of the day, we have Barbadians that are coming through. And so I'm really, really grateful for the support. I do want to say that we did have some challenges early on with the start of the Grand Market, particularly on Saturday. But we worked through those challenges, worked with the vendors, so really happy for their patience with us as we did that. And I think that we are now fully up and running.
Well, judging from the weekend and the start of the week, there's every indication that patronage will continue to be high at the Grand Market. Deanza Roberts, CBC News.
And with Carifesta 15 well underway and the focus very much on the region's creatives, the importance of copyright is being highlighted. General Manager of Jamaica Association of Composers, Authors and Publishers, JCAP, Lydia Rose, says it is one of the avenues through which creatives can earn for their work. She was speaking as a guest of our Morning Barbados program this morning that came your way live from the Grand Market.
So the fact that we still have copyright here today with all the changes that have happened, technological and otherwise, and copyright has still been with us because that's how creators get paid. So if it is that copyright cannot be with us in a framework where it can operate to the benefit of creators, then creativity will be, less of importance. So copyright, I would say copyright enables all creators, even from those that are doing food, the craft, everything, to be paid for them to continue doing what they do.
Well, also on Morning Barbados today was Guyanese-born author Yolanda Marshall, who is on a mission to help children of Caribbean descent learn their culture despite living far away. She has penned over 20 children's books, which celebrate Caribbean culture in various forms, including sharing values, food and music. Ms. Marshall, who is of Barbadian parentage, says even though her son is born in Canada, his heritage is Caribbean. And so she began writing the books for him to learn his culture. She'll be reading during several literary workshops during Carifesta 15.
My books are there to teach kids to read as well, especially coming from Toronto. We do have a lot of kids who are learning to read or having a really tough time. So the goal is to give them a story they can relate to, that will encourage them to pick it up and learn reading skills. Yeah.
The Sanitation Service Authority is strengthening its fight against illegal dumping and poor waste disposal. Today, it received trucks from the Maria Holder Memorial Trust that will assist its garbage collection efforts in urban areas. Deanza Roberts has more.
Navigating tight corners and crowded neighborhoods is a challenge for the Sanitation Service Authority. But now, that job just got a little easier. The authority has received 3 compact trucks handed over by the Maria Holder Memorial Trust. Trustee Peter Simmons says that the trust is committed to helping Barbados tackle environmental challenges, warning that illegal dumping continues to threaten communities.
This handover signifies another step towards building a cleaner, greener, and I would say more sustainable Barbados. These compact garbage trucks will be able to navigate, as you said, Mr. Padmore, the smaller access roads, and in particular the densely populated areas in Barbados, where, as we have noticed over the years, garbage buildup and, I will add, illegal dumping are persistent challenges which the SSA faces.
Simmons encouraged operators to handle the vehicles responsibly, saying they are crucial to the country's cleanliness drive.
And I hope you can get in the very narrow passageways, roadways, get Barbadians to move the cars that are parked illegally in some instances or indiscriminately in other instances at the side of the road. Perhaps you may need to work with the police or find other ways through regulations or legislation to ensure that these trucks and all other trucks of the SSA can meet the demands of Barbadians by getting into the areas and removing the garbage. Thank you. Care these trucks, drive them carefully, pick up the garbage, and let's make Barbados cleaner and greener.
The authority's public relations officer, Carl Padmore, welcomed the donation, calling the trucks critical tools that will enhance efficiency and support the authority's mission. He says the trucks will enhance waste collection in areas that cannot be reached by larger vehicles.
The donation of these 3 garbage trucks will enhance our ability to provide efficient waste management service in the urban corridor, particularly in small and narrow roads where access in the past was a challenge. Your contribution will have a significant impact on our ability to keep Barbados clean and indeed healthy. We do appreciate your trust in our vision and your commitment to improving the lives of the citizens of Barbados.
The SSA is encouraging Barbadians to keep their communities clean. Deanza Roberts, CBC News.
Well, after 23 years, the Colombian flag flies once again over an embassy in Barbados. The reopening was hailed as historic by Foreign Affairs and Foreign Trade Minister Carrie Simmons, who stressed the importance of closer cooperation in trade, tourism and climate action. Once again, here's Deanza Roberts.
It was a day of renewed diplomacy for Barbados and Colombia after more than 2 decades, when the coat of arms plaque was unveiled and the ribbons were cut to open the embassy doors here in Barbados. The ceremony coincided with Colombia's National Day, a ceremony that brought a promise of stronger ties between the 2 nations. Minister of Foreign Affairs and Foreign Trade, Carrie Simmons, said renewing a partnership with the presence of an embassy in Barbados is refreshing.
There is a very special role for Colombia's embassy to play. I have indicated that there must be more done on the people-to-people contact. I believe that Ambassador Taylor-Jay has structured her speech so that you will have benefited from a short report on what has already been happening in terms of people-to-people contact. And equally, as I've indicated to you, there are some hard economics which are at play and where we are trying to build out cooperation levels and areas so as to have a very positive direct impact on the people that we represent here in Barbados and frankly across the Caribbean.
Colombia's Ambassador Elizabeth Taylor-Jay said the mission has already been active, supporting Paralympic exchanges and preparing training opportunities for public servants.
These 6 months have progressed, and I can say we have already some very important results. We had already 2 months ago a training and a capacity building exercise with the Paralympic committees of the CARICOM, Aruba, and Curacao, 8 different countries from CARICOM, and together with the Paralympic Committee of Barbados, we did a very important exercise that I hope it can lead many of these countries to acquire medals in the next Olympic.
The event also featured Colombia's Vice President Francia Marquez, the first Afro-Colombian to hold that office, who is widely recognized for her work on human rights and environmental justice. As both countries look ahead, the reopening is seen as more than a diplomatic gesture. It is a new chapter of partnership in the Caribbean. Deanza Roberts, CBC News.
Thanks, Deanza. Well, this just in to us. The Bridgetown Fisheries Division has sent out an SOS to fishermen of Barbados to help find one of their own. That call from Chief Fisheries Officer Dr. Shelley-Ann Cox. In a message disseminated to the island's fisherfolk, Dr. Cox says they received a report that a fishing vessel, Boy Blue 1, capsized on Sunday evening off the harbour wall. One fisherman has since been rescued, the other is still missing. She has asked them to assist with the search tomorrow. Dr. Cox urged those who can aid in the search to contact Dock Master MacAndrew Otley of their willingness to do so. A man who escaped lawful custody on July the 4th and was captured on August the 15th appeared in court today on a plethora of charges. He was remanded to Barbados Prison Service Dodds until the 10th of September. Kieran Darren Price Walthrus, 24, of Browns Gap Sergeant's Village, Christchurch, appeared in the Bridgetown Traffic Court before Magistrate Alison Burke. He has been charged with the June 22nd murder of Gavin Archer, 14 counts of endangering life, 9 counts of use of a firearm, 3 counts of using a firearm without a valid license, 5 counts of aggravated criminal damage, 4 counts of violent disorder, 1 count of criminal damage, possession of 11 rounds of ammunition, 2 counts of assaulting a police officer, resisting and threatening a police officer, and escaping lawful custody. Those offences are said to have occurred between January the 12th and August the 20th in the District A, District C, Central, Blackrock, Oistins, and Hastings-Worthing jurisdictions. Price Walthrus pleaded guilty to the Hastings-Worthing offence, but was not required to plead to the other offences. He will appear in the Oistins Magistrates Court on the 28th of August to answer to charges in the District C and Oistins jurisdictions.
Sports Night is brought to you by Power Aid. Pause is power. And by Dasani. Live first, Dasani after.
I smile because it's been a while. There's a rhyme in there somewhere. Good evening to you, Anne-Marie Burke.
Good evening to you, Pearson. So good to see you back in that chair. Nice to see you in the studio with me. I will begin with news of road tennis, as 4 of the heavyweights in Barbados' road tennis fraternity are through to the round of 32 in the Barbados Road Tennis Open 2025. Mark Griffith, Antonia Daniel, Dario Hines, and Davian Taylor all secured victories in the final set of matches in the round of 64 at the Granny Adams Memorial School Hall in St. Joseph last night.
Into the heat of the battle we go. Davian Forsyth Taylor in black playing Ahijah Blunt. Taylor with those big drives paying dividends. Taylor in his usual high energy mode comes inside to make it 10-8. Blunt actually led 15-14 though before Taylor got his GPS working again. 15 all the scoreline. At this critical juncture, Blunt was guilty of unforced errors as well. So with the door slightly open, Taylor would take the first game at 21-18. Change of ends for the second now. Taylor sensing that the finish was near. Fast forward now, Blunt can't transition to offense just yet. Beauty from Taylor. At 18-14, Taylor was not about to entertain the idea of a third game, and he would close out the contest in 2 straight. 21-18, 21-15. Next up, Dwayne Lynch in the black had a pretty routine time against Ryan Brathwaite, although Brathwaite looked nimble early on. Lynch snapping up the first game at 21-14. Midway through the second now, Lynch pulling Brathwaite in every direction, but he is ready and willing to stay in the rally. Error from Lynch. Brathwaite not willing to go away quietly. Lynch will have to rethink his strategy. But Brathwaite couldn't build any momentum and would fold in the end. Victory to Dwayne Lynch at 21-14, 21-10. Two more matchups on our highlight reel. Mark Venom Griffith, the defending champion in the pink sneakers, battling Anthony Haynes, the latter with a mountain to climb. Griffith was ruthless, giving Anthony, aka Prince, a royal beatdown in the first game, 21-3. That's a sow. It was contagious, and Griffith was intent on wrapping up the match in record time. Long story short, Griffith marching into the round of 32 in 11 minutes of action, 21-3, 21-4. The feature encounter saw Anton Little Man Daniel in the blue trunks battling Trevor Eiffel. Daniel getting warmed up. Credit to Eiffel, he was using that serve to good effect. Daniel too long. The crowd lapping up every second of this one. Going down the line, eye candy from Daniel. With the reflexes of a cat, Daniel won the first game 21-15 after it was tied at 7 apiece. Heading into the second now, Lil Man edging to an 8-7 advantage, the veteran in good nick. But Eiffel facing the prospect of elimination, orchestrated an epic comeback. Daniel, part and parcel of the revitalization of Eiffel. Some unforced errors off the net, this time at hypersonic speed. Eiffel charting his own course, straight drive out of the textbook. It was a spectator's delight. Eiffel snapping up the second game in awesome fashion at 21-16. We will have a third to decide the matchup. Well, after some consultations with the legend, Dighton Parroach, Daniel came out with renewed vigor in the decider. Oh, what a body shift. Take note. More from the goodie bag, the articulation on the drives. Then Eiffel had split seconds to decide which direction to go. Eiffel garnered some free points along the way, locking the score at 3-all, 6-all, 9-all, and 16-all before Daniel went ahead 17-16. Eiffel not giving up. Another error from Daniel. But something had to give. Eiffel making some mistakes at key moments down the stretch. Daniel doesn't need an invitation to capitalize. He seals his passage to the round of 32. 21-17 in the third. What a set from these two. Damien Best, CBC Sports.
Reigning BFA Premier League and knockout champions Weymouth Wales will be representing Barbados in the ongoing CONCACAF Caribbean Cup. Wales created history early this month after becoming the first local club to qualify for the prestigious competition. Their opening fixture is tomorrow at home against Ciabo FC from Dominican Republic. CBC's Anmar Goodrich Boyce reports on one of the Wales' last training sessions.
The most successful football club in Barbados is gearing up for their biggest test in history after finishing runners-up in the CFU Club Shield. Weymouth Wales have qualified for the CONCACAF Caribbean Cup and are set to begin their campaign on Tuesday at the Woody Turf when they take on Dominican Republic champions and last year's losing finalists, Ciabo FC. Ahead of the highly anticipated encounter, Wales head coach Asquith Howell says the team is ready and he's urging local fans to come out and support.
We're working really hard. The team is ready. All we just need is for home support. Barbados to come out and support these guys.
How important would the home support be? I know Weymouth Wales doing a lot of promotion, trying to get the fans out there. How important would it be to have the 12th man, especially playing against professional teams?
Yeah, the 12th man is important. It's sending another message to these players. I'm playing for their self individual, also playing for Barbados is also another key. So I think the 12th man with home support is definitely an aspect that we definitely need to move forward with. Our main aim is to go into this tournament and at least if we get a good start, I think we can get into the top 4.
Defender Andre Applewood says Wales is confident going into the tournament and he's also calling on Barbadians to flock to the turf in their numbers for the match.
Intensity has raised a bit. The guys are working very hard in training, preparing for the next step, and we believe in ourselves, so we just go out there and do what we know is best.
What would you want to say to the Barbadian public? Of course, Weymouth Wales not only representing Carrington Village, but representing Barbados in this tournament. What would you want to say to them?
We like the fans to come out and support. It's a very big tournament coming to Barbados, and we need full support to go out there on Tuesday and even for the next home game.
Kickoff on Tuesday is set for 8 p.m. And more Goodrich Boyce, CBC Sports.
In business tonight, some of the island's students have been exposed to financial literacy through the inaugural Flight Schools Summer Experience, which falls under the National Financial Literacy Program. Minister of Energy and Business, Senator Lisa Cummins, says over the last 2 to 3 years, the program has been established in as many schools as possible. Rachel Agard has that story.
A call has been made for financial literacy to be available as a core subject in schools. The call from Minister of Energy and Business, Senator Lisa Cummins, who says the critical subject should not be offered at some schools and not others.
And business community in supporting the rollout of this program. So far we have workbooks. We have workbooks for primary, workbooks for secondary, workbooks for special needs, workbooks for the Youth Advanced Score. You name it, they've created workbooks for it. They're in your schools. We want to be able now to have digital platforms that you can use to be able to access these things, but we try to keep y'all a little bit from behind the screens too. But we want to make sure we can roll it out in support of you.
And she tells parents and facilitators that they too have a role to play. Minister Cummins says children live what they see and learn by example.
In the same way that in a negative way, we say that there are children who are products of their environment, there are those very much on the positive side of that spectrum who are products of their environment. Encourage your children to do programs like this. Encourage your children to enroll in our energy camps. Encourage your children to choose these subjects when they go back into school in September. Encourage your children to start these businesses that they have said they want to start. Seed them with their first set of money. They may not be going to get rocks from the gardens, but help them to learn that nothing comes easy.
Meanwhile, Chief Education Officer Dr. Ramona Archer Bradshaw says, despite the susus of yesteryear, today's environment demands more.
Today's global economy requires that our young people not only learn how to save, but how to make money. They have to learn how to invest. They have to learn how to manage their financial futures, and not only manage, but manage with competence and confidence. They also need to learn how to navigate issues related to cybersecurity, especially when it comes to their financial affairs. And you need to know how to complete income tax forms.
At the end of the business pitch competition, the Black Diamonds were the winners, followed by the Dollar Dreamers, the Fire Blazers, and the Gold Achievers. While a number of participants received awards, it was Romar Corbin who earned the Flight Award for strong understanding of financial concepts, while Amori Best earned the award for personal growth and improvement and the potential to uphold and carry forward flight principles. Rachel Agard, CBC News.
Sports Night is brought to you by Power Inc. Pause is power. And by Dasani. Live first, Dasani after.
And for more sports action, we're joined again by Anne-Marie Burke. Anne-Marie.
And I begin with surfing. It was tough going for the Barbadian surfers at the Virginia Beach Pro in the USA over the weekend. Josh Burt was the best of the local boys as he made it to the round of 16 before being eliminated after finishing third in his heat with a wave total of 11.77. The other Bajan surfers were Josh's brother Jacob, Tommaso Layson and Ocean Gittins, with none of them making it out of the round of 32. Nostradasa and jockey Jarrell Beckles rode away with the featured BTBA Stakes and Trophy in Saturday's Barbados Breeders' Thoroughbred Association race day at the Garson Savannah.
And the racing and expecting Nostradasa has broken sharply and has gone straight to the lead. She's already about 7 or 8 lengths clear of the second place runner, which is Kite. Mandarin Oriental is third, and Raconteur is the trailer of the quartet. And Nostradasa turns into the stretch all alone. She's in front by a good 12 lengths. On the inside, Kite races second, Mandarin Oriental is third, and Raconteur remains the trailer. Nostradasa leads with a circuit to go. Opening quarter of 26 and winner to head down the back stretch. She's opened up by at least 15 lengths now from Kite, then Raconteur, and Mandarin Oriental is the back marker. Nostradasa goes by the 5 furlong marker, and she's at least 17, 18 lengths in front. On the inside, Kite is still second, Raconteur third, Mandarin Oriental is still the trailer as Nostradasa rounds the far turn and heads up the hill towards Brigade House. She's got a 20 length advantage as it goes over the hill. She's got 3 to run. The others have got a lot more than that to do. And these are Kite, Raconteur, and Mandarin Oriental. But Nostradasa has about 20 lengths in front, and she's just galloping resolutely on. On the inside, Kite hard ridden in second. Mandarin Oriental has begun his chase. Raconteur has dropped away, and it's still Nostradasa. She's in front by 10. On the inside, Kite staying on. Mandarin Oriental trying to close, and there are no more turns. And Nostradasa has played catch me if you can, and so far they have not been able to do it. Mandarin Oriental is cutting into that, but it is all over. Nostradasa from pillar to post wins it.
And that's our time tonight. Thank you for spending it with us. I'm Pearson Bowen. For the crew, to all of you, good night. By the will of the Lord, we'll see you tomorrow.